What up, ladies and gentlemen? I trust that you are doing well. It's your boy, Transformations Coach Avatar Fit, and I have the privilege, the honor of talking about the law of attraction with you today. And before we get into that, if you don't have a pen and a paper with you, I highly suggest you go. Actually, you know what? If you don't have a pen and a paper and you're not going to go get one, you can close this because it's not worth watching if you're not going to take down some notes. So take 30 seconds, go get your pen and paper. I'm gonna go get my pen. Where is my... All right, we got it. Let's freaking go. Let's move this back just a bit. Perfect. The law of attraction. Now here's what I did. I kept it extremely simple. I went on Google and I said the definition of the law of attraction. So I'm going to go through the first definition that came up, and then we're going to go through the way I live the law of attraction and what I believe is the greatest way to attract what we want in life and not simply like go about our life drifting, because we cannot drift to the top of the mountain. I trust you know whose quote that is. Mr. Rohn. All right. So the law of attraction. Here's the first definition from a manifestation coach called Maria Concha. That says it is a philosophy that claims one's thoughts determine their reality. An individual attracts what they think. What you see in your reality now are the seeds, so the thoughts and emotions you have planted at a certain point in your life. So that's her definition, and I freaking love it. It makes so much sense. Who you are today is a manifestation of everything that you've done in the past. All the ways that you've thought, all the emotions that you've lived. It's like a chemical reaction to poof today. All right. So we're going to go through the cycle of how to attract what you want. So actually of how the law of attraction works. So here's a cycle. Make sure you take down notes. You better have your pen and paper. Foundational thoughts create foundational habits that in turn create our foundational reality. I'll say that one more time. Our foundational thoughts create our foundational habits, which in turn create our foundational reality. I wrote this. I was like, whoa, this makes a lot of sense. You got to be a student, guys. You got to study and then you got to implement what you learn. So we're going to go through how to create foundational thoughts. All right. And we're going to go through the way that I do it. It doesn't mean it's the best way for you. I'm just saying this works. All right. So in order to create foundational thoughts, there are two foundational moments in our day to program our subconscious. And you probably know what they are already. This is more of a reviewing session. Most of this you already know. We're just going through the way I do it. That's all. So the first part of our day, which is very foundational, is when we wake up. And the second part is right before going to sleep. I'm going to talk about things that I do. All right. So when I wake up, I want to program my subconscious. I want to set the foundation for my day. There are 3 steps that I do. And I go over this every week with the same people because it has to stay in here. The first thing I do when I wake up, I sit by my bedside, I interlace my fingers, I sit up tall, and I think of 10 things that I am grateful for. It could be as simple as feeling the ground under my feet, knowing that I can breathe, that I can touch, that I can feel, that I have a roof over my head, that I have my wife that's right there, that I have my kids, that I have a house, that I can drive. 10 things that I am grateful for. Once that is done, I connect to my breath. Okay, but Jamal, what do you mean you connect to your breath? It sounds so spiritual and out of this world. It's the most simple thing. Watch. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. That's connecting to your breath. Simply, it is the act of being aware of your breath. That's all it is. Did you know that your breath is the first gift that you receive when you enter this world, and it's the last thing you leave when you die? Yet if I were to ask you, when's the last time, unless you do breath work and all that shebang, when's the last time that you've spent a minute, even 10 seconds, thinking about your breath and saying thank you for the fact that I can breathe? Because guys, if we take away your breath, that first gift that you have, well, you're not alive unless you're on a machine. And still there, a machine helps you to breathe. So once we take away that breath, there's no more you, there's no more me. So the point of this is to realize, that's step 2, 10 things I'm grateful for, and then going to look at that gift, that foundational gift every day and saying, and connecting to it. Now, third thing, very foundational, make your bed. Now, I'm not going to dive deep into this, guys, because the point of this is to talk about the law of attraction, but go look up why we should make our bed. Go look at Navy SEALs and why they make their bed. It is a foundational action that must be done every single day. All right? So you wake up in the morning, you think of 10 things that you're grateful for, you connect to your breath, and you make your bed. That's first foundational moment of the day when you wake up. Now, when you go to bed, this is so important, guys. And I'm going to talk to you about the routine that I have with my kids because it is so important. All right. 5 minutes before we go to sleep, I have an Herbalife book. It's another one. And I write down TJ for Tristan J. And I ask him, son, TJ, what would you like to do tomorrow? He says, I want to go to school. Perfect. I am going to school. And then I put a little box beside it. I say, is there anything else? He says, I want to play with my friends. Oh, perfect. I want to play with my friends. He says, I want to go on the school bus. I want to go on the school bus. He says, I want to go get special rocks at the park. I want to go get special rocks at the park. Perfect. That's TJ. And then I write JJ for Joshua J. I say, Joshua J, what do you want to do tomorrow? He says, I want to go get special rocks too. I'm going to get special rocks with my brother. What else do you want to do? I want to play with my friends outside. I want to play with my friends outside. And then sometimes he'll say a specific game that he wants to play. So I'll write that game. I am playing with my friends outside this game. And I put a box. And then right in front of them, I write my goals that for the next day, according to theirs, I am going to get special rocks with my sons at the park. And if you don't know, special rocks are rocks that don't look like the others. It could be red or whatever the case may be. And so I write. And then Tristan J wants to go on the school bus. I'm bringing my son to the school bus. All right? That's the first step, guys. It takes nothing but 2 to 3 minutes. I do this 5 minutes before bed. And now, make sure you take this down, even if you don't have any kids, guys. Please. What we do, they're in bed, and I'm sitting down on the ground. I start you don't have to do this, but I believe it works. I go on YouTube, and I put attraction frequency, and I let that play. And while that's playing, I ask Joshua J usually to take the lead and start. Sorry, I just spat. I ask him, Joshua J, can you please talk to us, to your brother and I, about at least 3 things that you like during your day and 1 thing you're excited for tomorrow? And he'll say, thank you, Dad, for giving me the permission to speak. Here are 3 things I'm excited to. I really liked that we went out to play today. I like the fact that we got to pass the football in the basement. I also like the fact that we got to play video games on the big screen. And tomorrow, I am excited to spend time with my brother and daddy and mommy and my little sister eating dinner at the table. And then he'll always end with, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Tristan J, for listening to me. Tristan J, I pass on the right of speech to you. And Tristan J will say, thank you, Joshua J, for passing me the right of speech. And he'll do the same thing, and then he'll pass me the right of speech. What does this do? Guys, these are foundational moments right before we go to sleep. But what does this do? It develops an awareness of where I am, of what I did during the day, where I am right now, but where I'm going tomorrow. We write it down. We go through it. This is, guys, all right? We go through it. So now that they are aware that when we do it the next day, wait, I can set goals and achieve them. Now imagine it. Imagine just doing it 5 times a week. 5 times a week times 52. All right, that's 250. That's 260 times stuck to the subconscious. All right, after we're done that, after we've gone, because usually it's just Tristan J, Joshua J, myself. After we've gone all through our things, we go through 3 deep breaths. We count, we pick a number, we'll say we're counting to 50 by 5. So not only are we counting, we're learning how to count, we're learning how the system works. So we'll say 0, and Tristan J understands, but he doesn't know how to count there yet, but he'll repeat after his brother. So I tell Joshua J, we're counting to 50 by 5, and Tristan J, repeat after your brother. So go 0, Tristan J repeats 0, 5, 5, 10, 10, all the way to 50. And then once we hit it, we go inhale, exhale. They are learning how to breathe. Guys, you really don't understand if you understand this, you will implement this. You are writing these things down if you truly understand. And you're going to see how this ties to the law of attraction. And we do that 3 times. We do that 3 times. And you can create systems so they learn how to count, how to multiply. We won't get into that. And after we're done that, I put on a little video, face down, of my phone called Body Scanner. It's a 5-minute video of a voice just going through your feet. Think of your feet, your ankle. How do your feet feel in your socks if you're not wearing socks? And it goes all the way to your head. Sometimes they fall asleep while that's playing. Sometimes they don't. And right after that, we have a guided breathing session. But Jay, doesn't that seem intense? Okay. Doesn't that seem intense? I am glad you asked. It is worth the pleasure of watching my kids be able to control their breath before crying. It is worth watching my kids, all right, have an injury, and before screaming, they start breathing. Just like, okay. Once we're done, body scanner, our guided breathing. Actually, during guided breathing, I start massaging their body. I start massaging their legs, their feet, everywhere where there's pressure during the day, and I release that pressure. And so when they go to sleep, there's close to no pressure on them. They're as light as a cloud. And again, you might be asking, but Jay, what does this have to do with the law of attraction? Just a second. We're going to get to that. So during guided breathing, I massage their body, and as they fall asleep, which 9.5 times out of 10, they fall asleep, I stay there and I stretch. I stay there for 20 minutes, guys. And I stretch, and then I put on a frequency of abundance. Just to make sure that everything we just spoke about just soaks in their subconscious and it is abundant in their thoughts. And I stretch. Here's one key to all my parents. Do not be in a hurry to leave your kids after putting them to sleep. That energy, they feel it. Their subconscious picks it up. Take your time, stretch. And you know what happens with stretching? Better blood flow. What happens with better blood flow? Vitamins and minerals get to where they need to in your body, which leads to better healing, which leads to less injury, which leads to garbage evacuating your body better. The fundamentals. Okay, but Jay, so that's your routine. What does that have to do with the law of attraction? We said, watch. We said that fundamental thoughts is the beginning because thoughts shape reality, right? So from there, Okay? Watch this. What habits does this build? Because we said foundational thoughts create foundational habits. Step one was creating our foundational thoughts. How do we do that? During the two most foundational moments in our day. When we wake up and when we go to sleep. Now, how do we use those to create our habits? Oh, okay, perfect. Well, all those two moments stick to our subconscious, and then in turn, they build the following habits. They build gratefulness within us. They build not only awareness, but self-awareness. They build a call to action. Hey, Dad, I want to do this tomorrow. Perfect. Let's write it down. We do it tomorrow, and we're doing it together. We're setting goals together. We are achieving them together. Call to action. Goal setter. Self-awareness, we already said. Self-healing. To believe that you're able to self-heal. You don't have to agree with me. But if you have not done what I've been doing, then you can't say anything. Do it for a year and then come talk to me. And remember this, your habits will direct your brain to take notice and give importance to what it has been trained to hold on to. During those foundational moments, that's what we're training our brain to hold on to. So remember, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, and most important, what you speak, how you speak, attracts everything around you. And we're going to finish with this, guys. We're going to finish with this. Please make sure if you have not taken notes, please make sure you take this down. How you speak is literally incantations of how your life is going to go. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you say is, "Oh, I'm so tired." Perfect. Well, your next step is going to be just as tired. "Ugh, my life is so hard." Oh, perfect. Your life is going to stay hard. It's going to stay exactly how you want it. Your brain says, perfect. That's what you say. Let's just make it happen. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Guys, it's not some spiritual thing. It's literally the signals that you are sending to your brain, and then your brain is sending to your spine and then throughout your body. What you say. And here we go. Write this down. Whiners not only attract other whiners, they also push away winners. Let me say that again. Whiners, people who complain, whiners, not only attract other whiners, but they also push away winners. Because winners do not want to hang around whiners. Because while you're whining, I'm focused on winning. Here's an example. Oh man, it's really not nice out. It's cloudy. Oh, it's rainy. What's all this traffic? Well, listen. I don't want to talk about the weather because the weather's all I got. So I'm going to make the best out of it. Yeah. And you see that traffic? You decided to put yourself in that traffic by accepting that job. You don't have to go there. And if you're going to go, accept it. You know there's traffic. You know there's going to be traffic, so why not use the time to the best of your ability? Make a school in your car. Start to learn. Play audio tapes that are going to build you. That's another story. Here we go. This is Jim Rohn, right? I know this by heart. I don't even know. Spend 5 minutes complaining, and you have wasted 5. And you may have begun what's known as economic cancer of the bone. When surely they will soon haul you off into a financial desert and there let you choke on the dust of your own regret. Guys, your thoughts. We must create the right thought pattern. How to do that? In 2 fundamental, foundational moments in your day. When you go to bed and when you wake up. When you wake up and when you go to bed. Those thoughts are going to be your foundation. Are going to be your foundation for the rest of your day. They're going to build your habits. They're going to help you focus on those things that you're grateful for. All right? And then from there, your reality will be created because your perspective will change. And you will start taking notice of people who have always been there, but that have always stood just a foot beside you because they didn't want to take part in the way that you used. They didn't want to have a conversation with you because of the way you used to speak. But now that you speak in a different manner, that you see that every day is a blessing, that you are grateful for a lot of things in your life, a lot of simple things, that's when they take a step closer. So you attract the winners and the whiners move away. And if I can leave you on this, guys, all right, you do this, I promise you, you will feel relief. And you hear it and you know, but you're not, you actually don't know because you keep doing it. Two things. If you find yourself saying, yeah, I know, maybe we should see, you literally don't know because you're not taking action. You're not doing it. If you were doing it, we would not be talking about it right now. So here are the things you can replace I know with, oh, flip. I'm hearing this for the fourth time. I think it's time. I'm taking action now. And here's the thing that you need to stop doing. Being on your phone, looking at the news, looking at your emails when you wake up and when you go to sleep. Remember, these are foundational moments. And if all you do is just, Jim Rohn said, the mental factory is here, right? He said, do your best by putting garbage in your mental factory and getting something great out of it. These are not, you don't have to spend any money on these things that we just went through. You need to spend your time, your focus, your energy, your attention on doing these steps. When I wake up, when I go to sleep, they're going to lead to your day, which is going to lead to creating your life. And you are going to attract the same type of people. Because naturally, the whiners, the complainers will fall off because they won't want to conversate with you either, because you don't want to have those conversations. And because you want to have the right conversations, the winners are going to be like, yo, did you notice? Did you notice Pam changed a bit? Like, she doesn't complain that much no more. She stands up a little taller. Something different about her. And I really want to find out what she started doing. The winners will be intrigued and fascinated by what you're doing. The whiners will be threatened. So on that note, it was your boy Avatar Fit. The law of attraction, guys. It's all within you.